was thinking about music that influenced me throughout my life the other day, and I remembered I forgot about a particular band called Run DMC. When I thought about Run DMC, I thought about how I used to listen to them with windows down, blaring "You Be Illin" with my good friend Keith Altenhofen as we drove from Modesto to Moraga to go to the college we were both attending, St. Mary's College. So I thought I would just pay tribute to Keith on this day of Memorial Day and just remember what he was to me and share a story or two. This is called Side Quest Flashback, Tomatoes, Turntables, and a Hero Remembered, a Memorial Day tribute to Keith Altenhofen. Some stories don't fit neatly into a timeline. They deserve a pause, a flashback, a track of their own. So let me rewind for a moment back to the mid-'80s when a new sound began to emerge from boomboxes and tape decks. A sound that didn't sing, it spoke, it rhymed, it hit. It was called rap. My friends and I first discovered it through Run DMC. Their music had a punch, a rhythm, and a rebellious joy we couldn't resist. I still remember blasting You Be Illin' in my white Honda CRX windows down, stereo up, making trips back and forth between Moraga and Modesto. Riding shotgun most of the time was my childhood friend, Keith Altenhofen. We had known each other since first grade, grown up in the same schools, played tennis together on the high school team. We'd head down that freeway shouting lyrics to Walk This Way, It's Tricky, and of course, You Be Illin'. Every beat brought laughter, jokes, and freestyle takes of our own. I even rewrote It's Tricky into a parody I performed sometimes at karaoke, changing it to It's Flicky, a Weird Al-style tribute to the override procedures we perform at Costco, where I now work as a supervisor. You gotta find the joy in the mundane, right? Keith would have laughed hard at that one. But music wasn't the only thing we bonded over. We did share a love for the Police, and Keith had every vinyl they ever released. But as high school wore on, Keith took a harder turn toward metal. Metallica, especially loud, fast, unrelenting. Music that mirrored a storm inside of him I wouldn't fully understand until years later. Keith was a force. Brash, loud, uncensored, and loyal. And like most of us, he was a contradiction. The guy who'd scream at the top of his lungs over a misplaced tomato and then go on to serve his country with honor and courage. He became an American Army helicopter pilot, flying missions during the post-9/11 wars in the Middle East. He was decorated, praised, and held in high regard by his brothers in arms. But war takes more than it gives, and PTSD doesn't always wear visible scars. He struggled when he came home, and like too many of our veterans, he turned to alcohol to numb what couldn't be processed in silence. Keith died not on the battlefield, but because of the wounds he brought home with him. And not a day goes by that I don't wish he had reached out to me, to someone. He was a hero, yes, but also a friend, a brother, a presence that left a void when he left this world. One of my favorite memories of Keith, freshman year tennis practice, sitting in the shade, music playing. His mom brings him a Whopper meal from Burger King. He opens it, sees the tomato, and erupts, "I told her no tomatoes!" He chucks the tomato across the court. It lands on a metal vent rack and sticks. For years, that tomato stayed there. Even when they painted the building, they just painted over it. No one removed it. It became legend. Keith's Tomato Memorial. It's probably long gone by now, but I'd like to believe it's still there. And if it's not, then another memorial has taken its place, created by a student at Central Catholic High School in Modesto, honoring Keith's service and sacrifice. One day I plan to visit, and when I do, I'm bringing a tomato to place it under the memorial, maybe under his foot, a quiet symbol of his fight, his humor, his rage, and his legacy. Today is May 26, 2025, Memorial Day. And this post is for Keith Altenhofen, a loud, loyal, impossible to ignore friend, a patriot, and a casualty of war no one sees. If you're reading this and hearing this and know a veteran who's struggling, don't wait. Reach out, check in, help them carry the weight before it becomes too much to bear alone. Missing you, Keith. Thank you for your service. And here's to the tomato they'll never forget. Quote, "Greater love has no one than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends." John chapter 15, verse 13. Sincerely, Keith, your friend, John Wall. Missing you, buddy.